physics class of class 9. Hope everyone are doing good at home. Stay safe and stay healthy. Today we'll discuss first chapter of class 9, that is number system. In number system today we'll discuss first 3 exercises, that is introduction to the numbers, next irrational numbers, and next terminating and non-terminating decimal. These 3 exercises today we are going to discuss. So let us start with our prerequisite knowledge. We already learned types of numbers from 6th class onwards, like what are natural numbers, whole numbers, integers and rational numbers. Let us revise all those again one more time. First, number in number system, what is the first type of numbers? First, what we learn in number system are natural numbers. So let us see what are natural numbers. Natural numbers are counting numbers. Why they are called as counting numbers is when I ask you to count, from which number you start to count. Will you start counting from 0? No, we can't count from 0. So always we start counting from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we always start counting from 1. So you can say numbers starts from 1 are called as natural numbers, right? So natural numbers, first letter is capital N. So natural numbers are denoted with N. They are endless. Okay. So one more time, definition of natural numbers are the numbers which we use to count, okay, or numbers which start from 1, or set of numbers which start from 1 are called as natural numbers. Natural numbers are also called as counting numbers. Natural numbers denoted with N. Okay. Next, whole numbers. Whole numbers, what is starting letter is W. So whole numbers, if you include 0 to the natural numbers, they become whole numbers. So you can write like this simply. Natural numbers along with 0 are called as whole numbers. Natural numbers along with 0 are called as whole numbers. So you can write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. This dot means numbers are infinite numbers. So whole numbers are natural numbers along with 0 are called as whole numbers. Least whole number is 0 here. Here least whole number is 1. Okay. Now we will discuss here successor and predecessor also. What is successor of whole numbers or natural numbers? What is the meaning of successor? Is the number which comes immediately next. So 1 is there. One's immediate next number is 2. 2's next is 3. 3's next is 4. So successor is, 1's successor is 2. 2's successor is 3. 3's successor is 4. Like 5's successor is 6. 100's successor is 101. 999's successor is 1000. Like this. Next, predecessor. What is meaning of predecessor? Is the number which comes previous. Like 2 is there. 2's predecessor is 1, which comes before, right? Here, what is the predecessor of 1 is 0. Okay. In natural numbers, predecessor of 1 does not exist. In whole numbers, predecessor of 1 exists, that is 0. Be careful with this difference. There is no number in front of 1. So before 1 there is no number. So there is no predecessor for 1 in natural numbers, but there is a predecessor of 1 in whole numbers. This difference you keep in mind. So we'll move on to integers. What are integers? What are integers? Are whole numbers along with negative natural numbers, you can say. So -3, -2, -1, comma, whole numbers you can write. So all whole numbers will be here and negative natural numbers. So all these numbers are natural but they are negative. And simply write like this: -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. To make you understand clearly, I am writing like this. Don't get confused. So integers are negative numbers along with whole numbers are called as integers. Integers denoted with Z. Integer starting number is I. No, why are you using Z? Integers generally a word has come from Arabic word, that is Zelan. So Zelan's first letter is Z. Okay, that's why integers called denoted with Z. Few people will use I plus I minus also, but generally we use Z. Z, Z plus, Z minus. Z plus is positive integers, Z minus is negative integers. Now I'll say difference between positive and negative integers. See here, positive integers are 1, 2, 3 and so on. So I'll write clearly. So Z denotes integers. Z plus is positive integers. Positive integers are nothing but natural numbers, directly natural numbers. 1, 2, 3, all these are positive. Next, negative integers are like -1, -2, -3. Negative natural numbers. Keep in mind, positive numbers are just natural numbers. Means positive integers are just natural numbers. Negative integers are negative natural numbers. This you keep in mind. See, in these two there is no 0. There is no 0. It means 0 is neither negative nor positive. 0 is neither negative nor positive. And I will say two very important words here. One is non-negative, another is non-positive. We use these words in higher classes. Very important. Non-negative. What is the meaning of non-negative? What is the meaning of non-negative is, I will write integers here. So what are integers? -3, -2, some 0, 1, 2, 3. So I am saying non-negative. It means what? Not negative. Not negative. What are not negative here? What are not negative? Means positive numbers will come with 0. Okay. So non-negative. These are all negative. These are all negative. Close negative. What you have got? 0 with positive numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 3 and all. These are non-negative. Numbers which are not negative, or integers which are not negative. Next, non-positive. Non-positive. Non-positive numbers, just we have to remove positive numbers. Then 0 along with negative numbers. -3, -2, -1, 0. Okay, this is the difference between non-negative and non-positive. Very important. Keep these in mind. These are non-negative are 0 and positive numbers. Non-positive are 0 and negative numbers. Okay. Note this difference. What is the next type of numbers are rational numbers. So what are rational numbers? You know very well. Let us revise what are rational numbers. So rational numbers. Now what are rational numbers? Revise definition one more time. Numbers which can be expressed in the form of P by Q. Numbers which can be expressed in the form of P by Q, where Q not equals to 0 and P comma Q belongs to Z, Z for integers. It can be negative or positive, but it should not be 0. Why it should not be 0 is, if you make q 0, what happens? P by 0. Division with 0 is not possible. It is called as indefinite form. So division with 0 is not possible. That's why q should not be 0, right? These are rational numbers. Now, what is general form of rational numbers? Generally we write p by q, in which any number which can be in the form of p by q, q naught equals to 0, and p comma q belongs to z. If you may get doubt, sir, these two rational number, it is not in p by q form, no, it is just 2. Is it a rational number or no? Yes, it is a rational number. You can write 2 by 1. Is 0 a rational number, sir? Yes, 0 is a rational number, 0 by 1. So you can express any integer in the form of rational number. So all integers are rational numbers. Now I will write sequences. So all natural numbers are whole numbers, right? These are natural numbers. All natural numbers are whole numbers. All whole numbers are integers. All integers are rational numbers. Sorry, we will write q. Rational numbers are denoted with q. Why q? Why we have to denote with q? Rational number starts with r, no? So q is nothing but quotient. Okay, when we divide, we will get coefficient, no? So this is a division. It's a ratio, right? So we will get coefficients. That's why rational numbers are denoted with q. Okay, that is the reason rational numbers mentioned with q. Now, every natural number is whole number. Every whole number is integer. Every integer is rational number. This is very important diagram. You have to remember this. Okay. Every rational number is need not to be integer. This you should remember again. Every rational number need not to be integer. Every integer need not to be whole number. Every whole number need not to be natural number. Why? Because 0 is a whole number, but it is not a natural number. Like, okay. Now let us move into the one more concept. Rational numbers between rational numbers. I will tell you in 2 or 3 models, whichever is easy to you, that you try to use it. Right. 2 and 3. 2 numbers are there. I want to find 3 rational numbers in between 2 and 3. How do we find? Okay. So I'll tell you 3 models. First, I like case 1 here, which is easy one that you can pick. Okay. So 2 and 3 are my numbers. I will mention these as A and B. Okay. First method is A plus B by 2 will find. Middle number we can assume as C. A plus B by 2. So A how much? 2 plus 3 by 2, that is 5 by 2. So I got one number 5 by 2. Then again we have to find A plus C by 2. You will get one more number here. Then B plus C by 2, one more number. So if you find A plus C by 2, 2 plus 5 by 2 by 2. Do LCM here. 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 5. 9 by 2 into 2. That is 9 by 4. So I will write 9 by 4 here. Now one more number I have to find here. So I will do B plus C by 2. B plus C by 2. What is B? Is 3 plus C is 5 by 2 divided by 2. 2 3s are 6. 6 plus 5 by 2 into 2. Why 2 into 2? Already is 2 here. One more denominator 2 is here. So 2 into 2 is 4. We got 11 by 4. So you can write 11 by 4 here. So this is one method. Now one more method I will say. Same question. 2, 3. Now I will take this as A by B. This as C by D. This is not in A by B form. So write 1. Here I will write 1. Next. Add numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. So what you will get? 2 plus, direct I am writing here, 2 plus 3, I will write little this side so that you will understand clearly. This is A by B, this is C by D. Now add numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. So what you will get is 2 plus 3 by 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 plus 3 how much? 5. 5 by 2. Directly we can write 5 by 2. So I got one number here. Right? Next, middle number we got 5 by 2. Next you can apply same method here. 2 plus 5, 7 by 1 plus 2 is 3. One more you can write here. 5 plus 3 is 8 by 2 plus 1 is 3. So like I got 3 numbers here. Okay. Be careful, your answer need not to match textbook answer, because this question will have multiple answers. Okay. This question, this type of question answer need not to match with your textbook answer. Okay. Next, third method also is there. So 2, I have 2 here, here I have 3. So you can make common denominator. I will divide with 10, 20 by 10. Here I will write 30 by 10. You can just multiply and divide it with 10 and 10. You can write n number of numbers in between. 21 by 2, 22 by 10, 23 by 10. Okay. So in these 3 methods, this is case 3. Case 2. In these 3 methods, whichever is easy to you can pick and solve. And one more time I am stressing you, your answer need not to match your, in especially only this case I am saying. This case your answer need not to match your textbook answer, but you have to verify it with your teacher whether you done it correct or not. Okay. Next we will move on to second exercise, that is irrational numbers. So what are rational numbers? One more time we will revise rational numbers. What are rational numbers, sir? A number which is in the form of, which can be expressed in the form of p by q, where q naught equals to 0. Which can be expressed in the form of p by q, where q naught equals to 0 and p and q belongs to z. This is rational number. Irrational numbers reverse. A number which cannot be expressed in the form of p by q, where p comma q belongs to z, are called as irrational numbers. Okay. One more definition is there, but I can't tell it, because we didn't discuss terminating and non-terminating. So just depend on this definition, because we are discussing before terminating and non-terminating rational numbers. We are discussing irrational numbers first. So let us learn this definition, which is given in textbook. A number which cannot be expressed in the form of p by q, where q naught equals to 0, p comma q belongs to z, are called as irrational numbers. So best examples for irrational numbers are root 2, root 3, pi and all. Okay. Generally students will get doubt whether pi value is 22 by 7. No. So pi is a rational number. No. Pi value generally 3.4. It is irrational and non-repeating and non-recurring. So 3.14 and some more digits are there. If you minimize it, right, nearest value and convert into p by q form, then we will get 22 by 7. So pi is not equal to 22 by 7. We assume 22 by 7. It is an assumption. So pi is irrational. 22 by 7 is rational. Keep in mind. Now, how do we express irrational numbers on number line? We'll discuss now. Express root 2 on number line. First, I will draw one graphical representation, coordinate axis I am drawing, or you can just draw number line also, no problem, no need to use a coordinate, draw just number line. Okay, so mark 0 here, this side 1, this side -1, 2, 3 will go on. Okay, now this is 1 unit and name it as, this is O and this I named as A, and I will mark one point here, that is B, with 1 unit. So this is also 1 unit, this is also 1 unit. Okay, so I located one point, that is B. Now AB is 1 unit, then join OB. Okay, now OA is 1 unit and AB is also 1 unit. Now I have to find OB. See, this is perpendicular. Now this is a right angle triangle. No, triangle OAB is a right angle triangle. Triangle OAB is right triangle. So in right angle triangle we have Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? Is OB square, that is hypotenuse square. OB is opposite to right angle, so it is hypotenuse. OB square, hypotenuse square is equals to OA square plus AB square. Now what is the value of OA here is 1. So 1 square. AB also 1, no? So 1 square. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now if you apply square root on both sides, OB is equals to root 2. So OB value is root 2. We got OB value is root 2. So I will write root 2 here. Then take your skyver compass. Center as O. O as center. Okay. Radius as OB. Take OB as radius. Take OB as radius and cut one arc. Cut one arc. Then this point is your root 2. Okay. This point is your root 2. This is how we do. We locate root 2 on number line. So I'll explain one more time. First I have taken a number line. I located a point at 1 so that O is origin at 0. OA is 1 unit and AB is also 1 unit. I located B from A, which is 1 unit away. So AB is 1 unit. Now if you join OB, OAB is a right angle triangle. In right angle triangle, hypotenuse square is equals to adjacent side square plus opposite side square, or sum of the squares of other two sides. So OA square plus AB square. Both values are 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. This is value of OB square equals to, we got 2. Then OB is root 2. Then O as center, OB as radius. Cut one arc on number line. So this point will be your, you can mark it as P. Mark it as P. Then P is location of root 2. Okay. This is how we locate root 2 on number line. Okay. Based on, by using this, try to do the exercise question of root 5 and root 3. Next we'll move on to terminating on non-terminating decimal expansions. Now, first we will discuss terminating and non-terminating rational numbers. Rational numbers are of two types. One is terminating, another is non-terminating. If any rational number which is not, if it is not terminating, then automatically it is non-terminating. Okay. Now what are terminating and non-terminating? We'll see now. I will take two numbers here, 1 by 4 and here 1 by 3. Okay. Now I simplified. We know division, no? So I'll divide 1 with 4. 1 is not divisible by 4. So I'll take mark 0, 4 2s are 8. So another 2 will get, 4 5s are, will get 20. Remainder is 0. So what is the value? Is 0.25. Now when I divided with 4, I got remainder as 0. When you are dividing, if you are getting 0, it is terminated here, it stopped here. Then this type of rational numbers are called terminating rational numbers. If it is not stopping, it is continuously repeating, then it is called as non-terminating rational number. We will check this division also now. I will divide 1 with 3. 3 3s are 9. So remainder is 1. Again can divide with 3. Again you will get 1. Keep 0. Again you will get 1. 9. Again you will get remainder 1. So it is keep on repeating. 3 3 3. It is keep on coming 0.333 and all. This type of rational numbers are called as non-terminating rational numbers. If you are getting remainder as 0 when you are dividing, it is called as terminating rational number. If it is not terminating, if it is repeatedly coming, any number it is repeating after decimal point, then it is said to be non-terminating rational number. Without doing actual division, we can directly find what are the numbers which are terminating, which are non-terminating. We can directly identify by doing prime factorization of denominator. Okay, I will let you know now. So I have taken two numbers, 3 by 40, 7 by 45. I will do prime factorization of denominator, that is 40. 40 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2 into 5. That is 2 power 3 into 5 power 1. Any number or any rational numbers with the denominator, its prime factorization is in the form of 2 power m or 5 power n or 2 power m into 5 power n. Any of these cases are existing in denominator, then it is terminating rational number. Other than these three, any other number also existing, then it is said to be non-terminating rational number. Now we got 2 cube into 5 power 1. So it is in the form of 2 power m into 5 power 1. Then this is terminating rational number. We will factorize here also 45. 3 into 3 into 5. So we got 3 square into 5. We got 5, but along with 5 we have 3 also. Then this is non-terminating decimal. This will have non-terminating decimal expansion, or this is non-terminating rational number, you can say. Okay, this is how we identify. Without doing actual division, we can find whether the given number is terminating or non-terminating. Few cases will be like this. By 24 given. Now if you factorize 24, you will get 3 into 2 into 2 into 2. Here 3 is existing, we will directly write it is non-terminating. No, we should not do that. First we have to simplify this. Cancel it. 3 5s are 3 8. So we got 5 by 8. Now if you factorize 8, you will get 2 cube. So we got 2 power m form. Then it is terminating rational numbers. In this case, you have to be little careful. So next we will see converting. Now let us see terminating on non-terminating decimal expansions. So how do we do terminating and non-terminating expansion? Terminating we generally know. Just now I told you, like 3 by 4 is we will just divide 3 with 4, how many times it goes is 0 point, we'll keep 0 point, how many times is 7, 8, remainder is 2, 5, so 20 remainder we got 0, this is terminating decimal, if it is repeating, it is non-terminating. Now we'll see converting non-terminating decimal expansion into P by Q form. It is very important question even in your 10th class also, so please pay attention. .312 bar. This is my question. I have to convert this into P by Q form. So whatever the number given, assume it as X, and that is equation 1. Check how many numbers are there under bar. 1, 2, 3. Now multiply with 3 zero number, that is 1000. 1000x is equals to, if you multiply with 1000, these three numbers will come this side. 1312, 0.312 bar. This is equation 2. Why again 312 bar? Because these are repeating decimals. Okay. Now we got two equations here. 2 minus 1. Equation 2 minus equation 1. Equation 2 is 1000x, that is 1312.312 bar. X is equals to 1.312 bar. See, after decimal point same terms are there, will get cancelled, so 0. Here 12 minus 1 is 11. So here we got 999 x. Just convert. X is equals to, transpose this 999 to other side, 1311 by 999. See, this is divisible by 3. It is divisible by, we got 1311 by 999. It is divisible by 3, you can divide. 3 4s are 12. So 1 will be left out here. Again 3 3s are 9. 3 7s are. Here 3 3 3. Now this is our required number, that is 1.312. I expressed in the form of 437 by 333. Okay, this is the concept of converting non-terminating rational number into non-terminating decimal expansion into P by Q form. Okay, this is how we convert. In our next class, we'll see loss of surds and remaining topics like 4, 5, 6 exercises.